For the first time since 1992, 32 years, your New York Knicks have swept the season series against the Miami Heat. And no matter what the record is, no matter who's playing, no matter what's going on in the Knicks season, when you can say you sweep the Miami Heat, damn, does that feel good. You're watching Knicks Now by Chat Sports. I'm your host, Marshall Green, and I think there's some good news coming out of this Miami Heat game where the New York Knicks won by 21-plus points. We saw Mitchell Robinson show us that he can be the guy that we all hope and pray that he still is. And when Josh Hart decides he wants to play basketball, and when Josh Hart makes shots, this team can beat anybody. And I think we are coming, maybe, potentially, hopefully, to the close of the shooting slump that Josh Hart has been in for over 2 months. You look at the zoomed out picture of this game where the New York Knicks won 116-95. You get back to 30 assists. Seems like when the Knicks reach 30 assists, they almost always win. Very encouraging to see them shoot the way they did from beyond the arc. This Knicks team has been ice cold from downtown in 2025. They were on fire against the Miami Heat, specifically in that third quarter. The Knicks scored, 18 points in the first? They scored 47 total points in the first half. They came alive in that third quarter. What was a 40-point quarter? You win the third quarter 41-15. When Hart plays like that, when Robinson plays like that, when Bridges plays like he did. Now the Knicks are 10-1 when Mikal Bridges scores 25-plus points. You need everybody to chip in, and almost everybody did. But Josh Hart remains the ultimate X factor for this team, and it's good news to see him play at the level that he did. Another triple-double, the 8th most in the season, tying Walt Clyde Frazier for the most triple-doubles by a New York Knick in a single season. Historic news there. Historic news for sweeping the season series for the Miami Heat. Could Tracy Morgan throwing up on the MSG floor be the turning point for this season? I'll say it once, I'll say it again. Josh Hart. You gotta have it. You gotta have Josh Hart. If the Knicks are going to go to the places that we want to see them go, you need this guy to play like the man that he is, which is one of the best basketball players in the world. When he hits his shots, this team wins games, and they need him to hit shots because there still is a lot of games for this team to win to where we want to see them be where they deserve to be. Shout out to Josh Hart and shout out to Mitchell Robinson. Show the big fella some love. Mitch was awesome in this ball game. The most minutes he's played in a game since he's returned from injury, 23 points, 23 minutes, 23 minutes, 10 points, 9 rebounds, 2 steals, 2 blocks, and not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, but 5 offensive rebounds for Mitchell Robinson. That's what we need out of the big fella. The ability to make plays on defense when it comes to blocking shots and being active in the passing lanes, creating extra opportunities on offense. 5 of them tonight. He looked gassed in the first half. In the second half, he looked ready to roll. And he was awesome, and he was a huge piece in that run that they made in that third quarter. Salute to Mitchell Robinson. That's the dude we need, and that's the level you got to play that we need you at, man. Thank you. We appreciate you. Keep it rolling, big fella. Mikal Bridges, 28 points on 14 shots, 10 of 14 from the deck. I need more. Keep shooting. Keep going. I want 30 shots from Bridges. When Bridges scores 25-plus points, the Knicks are 10-1 this season. And when he shoots better than 60% from the floor, they're one of the best teams in the NBA. Keep going, Mikal. Come on. We need you. We need you. Karl Anthony Towns in that third quarter scored 15 points straight. The most ever by a New York Knick. 15 straight. Not he scored 15 in a row. All 15 points from the Knicks came from Karl Anthony Towns, the most ever by a New York Knick in the shot clock era. Historic day, 15 points in a row for Towns, first time in the shot clock era. Josh Hart ties Walt Clyde Frazier for the most triple-doubles in a season. And you sweep the Miami Heat for the first time since 1992. That was a fun second half, an electric second half. Keep it rolling. Who was the Knicks MVP versus the Heat tonight? Was it Josh Hart? Was it Bridges? Was it Cat? Was it Mitch? Let me know. Who do you think the MVP was? Sound off for me down in the comment section. And make sure you are hooked up with our proud sponsor, Factor. Shout out to Factor for sponsoring today's show. If you're ready to optimize your nutrition in 2025, get hooked up with Factor. If you use our promo code FACTORPODCAST, you're going to get 50% off your first order. All of the information you need will be clickable down in the comments and description of today's show. Factor has chef-made gourmet meals that make eating well easy. They are dietitian approved and ready to heat and eat in 2 minutes, so you can feel right and feel great no matter what life throws at you. Factor arrives fresh and fully prepared, perfect for any active, busy lifestyle. With 40 options across 8 dietary preferences on the menu each week, it's easy to pick meals that are tailored to your goals. You could choose from options like Calorie Smart, Protein Plus, or keto. Reach your goals this year with ingredients you can trust and convenience that can't be beat. Eat smart with Factor. Get started at factormeals.com/factorpodcast and use code FACTORPODCAST to get 50% off your first box plus free shipping. That's Factor Podcast at factormeals.com/factorpodcast to get 50% off plus free shipping on your first box. If you live a busy lifestyle like I do and you don't always know where your next meal is coming from, your life's going to be a lot more easy when you got Factor in the fridge. Check them out. Support the show. Support the sponsor. I thought Miles McBride played a pretty damn good basketball game as well. I thought in the second half his defensive intensity really picked up. Tyler Hero was the gas and the engine for Miami on the offensive end in the first 24 minutes. But when Miles McBride got switched on to him in that final 2 frames, I thought he did really good. I thought he made him work for his buckets, and the Knicks were able to really benefit from that. Well, they have almost 30 points off turnovers tonight. Their offense coming in the best form of great defense. In a game where OG Anunoby didn't have it. But OG Anunoby can always find a way to affect the game. And the sign of a great basketball player is, how do you affect winning when your shot is not falling? And OG Anunoby had a major impact on the win tonight. Yes, he struggled from the field, 3 of 13. Yes, he shot 16% from downtown. But OG Anunoby, 2 steals, 2 blocks, and 1 steal. 3 stocks for him today. I thought he was awesome. And I thought Landry Shamet played good defense as well. Good to see him knock some outside shots in. 3 of 6 from downtown. If you could just make some threes, man. I like his compete level on defense. I like his energy. I like his want to. You got to hit open shots, and he was able to do that tonight. Campaign, good to see him actually make a shot. In the prior 22 games, he was shooting less than 35% from the field and less than 25% from downtown. The Knicks need him to be better. He was tonight, especially in Jalen Brunson's absence. 5 assists. I don't think Precious Achiuwa played in the second half. Achiuwa had 10 minutes. I think they all came in the first half. Because he was a plus 10.5. He didn't play in the second half. I've been a little bit underwhelmed with Precious Achiuwa recently, but I did think he played good defense in that second quarter, and it kind of propelled the Knicks a little bit. Unfortunately, he didn't get back in the game, but we got to see an extended run of Tibbs pulling out Robinson and Towns, and I thought that those two did well together. 48 rebounds for the Knicks. You win the rebounding battle over the Miami Heat. You outshoot them from the floor. You outshoot them from 3. You outdime them. You out-rebound them. You thoroughly beat the Miami Heat. The perimeter defense, I'm going to say, was decent. I thought the shot-making ability was very low for the Miami Heat. But overall, a big win. 21-point win. Anytime you win a game without Jalen Brunson, it needs to be celebrated. And you did it by double digits today in a game where Josh Hart didn't have to play in the fourth quarter. That's always good. That's always good. Back in the win column. Let's keep it rolling. Beat the teams you're supposed to beat. Let's now go compete with some top teams in this league, and let's hope Jalen Brunson gets healthy sooner rather than later. If you haven't yet, give me a follow on social media. I'm on Twitter. I'm on Instagram. Same handle on both platforms, @MarshallGreen_. Hit me up. Like the video, and let's go Knicks.